If you want real change and you want to improve your life drastically, start to be yourself. It's the most rebellious thing that you can be in 2026. If you pay attention, every single aspect of your life has basically been neutered. You've been conditioned to be a certain way. And you're just so used to it since the moment you were little. Your parents tell you to be a certain way. Society tells you to be a certain way. The school system tells you to be a certain way. So you've learned to put this almost mask. And with this mask, it's always, you want to be perceived a certain way. And this is not to shame you, but you want to be perceived a certain way because you want to fit in socially. And like I mentioned, don't feel bad about this because it's happened pretty much since humans were around and we've had to be in tribes and whatnot. You have this habit of just constantly overanalyzing, overthinking. Literally, when you're walking down the street, you're thinking about how people are perceiving you. This is so common, but there's a reason that when you're walking down, you're going to be anxious and you're going to be feeling like, dang, do people think I look weird? Am I dressed appropriately? Am I doing the correct things? I don't want to make sure I'm not breaking the law. Think about how annoying that is. You're constantly going through your life and you're self-analyzing a million different things. And most of the time it's nothing positive. Like, you're not overthinking positive things for the most part. Most of us overanalyze and overthink about things that are negative. And you have such a strong burn of the past that you've overanalyzed your mind. You're always overthinking and you never get to flow and be in the moment. Most of your overthinking is rooted in some degree of fear. Whether you know it or not, there's some level of fear, of incompleteness. You don't feel whole. It's an illusion. It's just an emotion that travels through you and you've been conditioned this way. So start to let the pieces fall where they may. Start to realize that you just are. Like, sometimes you'll do bad stuff, sometimes you'll do good stuff, and that's fine. What we want to achieve is just to stop the obsessive overthinking, to just let yourself be whatever you want to be in the moment. Obviously, don't hurt or do anything malicious to other people, but for the most part, most of us are just overthinking or overanalyzing. Let me give you an example. Have you ever noticed you have this natural instinct of just not wanting to be in trouble? You go about life and you want to be, for the most part, law-abiding, and you worry about the way that people will perceive you when you're in public. I don't want to do this because authorities might get called, or I don't want to seem weird because this group might think of me this way. If you're with family, friends, make sure, the neighbors perceive you a certain way because you don't want to upset the neighbors and have them think you're weird. Understand what I mean? All of these are some form of fear. And to a degree you feel it and it stops you from just doing whatever it is that you want to do. It's psychological, but you will not act in certain ways so that other people can potentially perceive you in a better light. And by a better light, it's whatever you think they'll perceive you, because you have no way of actually knowing how they'll see you. They might not even care about you, to be honest with you. It's the same concept with people not wanting to be seen. Sometimes people are very shy and they don't like to be seen. They don't like to speak out because of the way that people might perceive them. This is valid, and some people are naturally more shy. But think about it this way. I post these videos and people might see them and they might think it's lame as hell. I personally don't really care because I don't try to put on an act. Like, I'm also a dickhead in real life. I'm also do lame stuff. I'm a normal human. I'm not perfect. I'm not even that great, to be honest with you. I just study these concepts and tell you guys about it and, try to practice it, obviously. But if someone were to show me this, it'll be whatever. Like, I don't care if someone sees it because this is the way I act in real life. Like, if I was ashamed of the way I am seen on camera, that's the way that people are seeing me 24/7 anyways. And it's all an illusion because most people don't really care that much. The way that I can explain it to you is, even I've noticed sometimes people will freak out when they're posting on Instagram, because everyone's got the gram. They'll post on it, they'll take some fire pictures, some aesthetic stuff. You have in mind who you want to see that when you go and post it. But there is so many people posting on Instagram nowadays that when you actually post it, most people will scroll past it pretty quickly and not pay attention. Or they just unconsciously check it. So they'll swipe really quickly, not think too much about it, and then go on about their day. So you're here worrying about getting the perfect Instagram feed, post, whatever, little dump. And then the other people they don't really care. And you can probably relate to this. You've probably had other people where you see their stuff and you just kind of skip it. You're like, whatever, I don't really care. there's specific people in your life that you care a lot about or that you're interested in at the moment, and you'll pay attention to their Instagram. But that's because your awareness is hyper focused on them. For the most part, the rest are blurred out. So the same way that most people are blurred out, the people you don't pay attention to, you don't really even think about it, there's a lot of people in your life that don't even care that much about you. Not in a negative way, like they just don't give a fuck about you. You're just not in their awareness. You're not the most important thing to them. So they'll probably notice you, but they might not even be super aware that you're there. Or they'll talk to you and they won't think that much about you. Basically, you're not as important to them as you think. And that's perfectly fine, because there's a lot of people that are not as important to you as they probably think. So yeah, the way to actually go about making your life as best as possible is just live it however you want to live it and be yourself. Because when you start to do this, it's the most rebellious thing you can do. No one's really doing it. Most people are really afraid of doing it. And when you live in this lifestyle, you get what you want because you go for what you want. You do what you want. You know what I mean? There's usually two paths. You either do what you want. So let's say, for example, I wanted to record this video and hang out over here in my backyard. I can either do this or not. The results are I want to come out here and do this. The other options is I could stay inside. Because I do what I want, then I just walk out here, and now my life has changed because I'm here doing what I want. For some reason, I was super scared of coming out to the backyard and felt like, I don't know, the neighbors were going to judge me for recording this. Then I wouldn't do it. But at the same time, I got to do what I want to do, because most of the chances are that don't even realize that I'm doing this, and it doesn't matter. So you see how everything just goes back to your overthinking. You're thinking too much. And it's a cool little practice. Just catch yourself getting lost in the sauce and be like, oh, let's direct my attention right back to here. Am I physically in danger right now? Are you physically in danger right now? Because you're on social media watching this, more than likely no. There's no immediate danger. So you're good. You're chilling. Come back here to the present moment. Maybe in 5 minutes there'll be some trouble, but right now just focus on here and right now. At the end of the day, I don't benefit from any of this. So this is about you. This is about you just improving yourself and bringing your awareness back to you, bringing your energy back to you. You are the main character. I don't care what anyone says. You are the main character, because you and your awareness are going to be with yourself until you die. Right? Well, people don't like to say, oh, you're the main character, yada, yada, yada. You are the main character. You're the one that's going to be perceiving your life always. So just do whatever it is that you want to do. And, you know, if that happens to be helping other people, then great. If not, you're chilling. But at least live life on your own terms. Full send it.